Alright, hey guys, I'm just doing a video on like race setup tips and shock tuning. And one of the things you're going to want to do if you're a basher is have the suspension up high, like adjusted to its hardest that it can be. One of the reasons you want to do that is having the suspension just all the way up is because when you're doing huge jumps, you're going to be landing to flat, and you're going to have a lot of force. Whereas if the shocks are adjusted hardest, the springs are going to be compressed a lot more. Your ride height's going to be higher, so you have more travel as you land, more damping, and just helps absorb everything better. But if you're a racer, you want the exact opposite of high. You want low. One of the reasons you can do that is just screw your shocks back down. Your threaded preload, thread them towards the top, I guess, would lower your ride height and put less force on the spring. And if you're a racer, you want your weight down low. You want A-arms like horizontal or maybe even a bit more down like that, depending on the track conditions. You might also want it just a tad bit higher like that. But one of the reasons you want that is you want all your weight low, as low as possible, without like riding on the ground, of course. You're still going over jumps and landing, but it's not as extreme as taking it to the skate park and jumping like out of like a 10-foot half pipe landing to flat. But with racing, like I said, you want your weight down low. One of the reasons is because you can get around corners faster. If your weight's down low, you can go into them faster, have the wheels turn more, and slide more and not tip so much because the weight's low. Another thing you can do to help handling is if your rear wheels are tipped, like angled, have a negative caster like this wheel does, it leans inwards a bit. What you're going to want to do is you can either reach through the tire and adjust some screws in here, or you can take the tire off, which is what I'm going to do. And just simply use the supplied nut driver that came with your car. Slide your wheel off. I usually just set it under the car, keep it propped up. And you can just adjust these screws, that screw down there, and this screw up here. And then one of the reasons you're going to want to adjust the screw up here is because it's going to change the negative camber or offset of the wheel. But if it's leaning, like tipping out, you're going to want to adjust this bottom screw to help get it straight. Because you want your wheels straight no matter where whether you're a basher or a racer. You want the most tread on the ground. You want all the wheel on the ground. You don't want to be tipping this way or tipping that way. It's going to affect your handling terribly, plus wear down on your tires a lot more. And after you've adjusted that and made sure that your wheel is straight, most tread pattern on the ground, you know, like horizontal with the surface, then you're pretty much good for racing. You know, just keep everything low, keep all your wheels and tires, keep the most tread on the ground, and just make sure, just be safe, have fun, don't wreck your cars. But with racing, it's fun. I don't have a whole lot of experience with it, but you do need to get your weight down low. Trust me. I went out with cars set up for bashing like this. Every corner you go into, steer, try to slide in, and you hit the throttle. These wheels are gonna pull, and this is gonna flip. It's gonna three-wheel, and this is gonna go into a cartwheel. With your weight down low, it can still do that, but it's gonna help resist that flipping because everything's lower. So with that, thanks for watching.